Here we are again in another video, and we're going to go over the equipment editor. And so basically what it is, it's what it sounds like. It helps you make equipment. And so in most cases, when you want to create a new weapon and you want to try it, you have to first, come into the game, and then we'll type in the command create, and I'm going to go with the classic weapon underscore dagger. We'll create that. It's going to appear here at my feet. I'm going to move away. Let's go ahead and pick this bad boy up. So normally, if you wanted to edit some things on this dagger, you'd have to go to God Info, and when you go to your object variables, you'll see that, well, I can just modify the durability, I guess, the tooltip info, and the weapon type. So um, how do you edit anything else on this, right? And then this is pretty much where you're left. So what I've created is a contents menu option on the any piece of equipment as a GM. So if you right click it, you will see the option to edit item. And when I right click that, you'll see I have the item editor. Okay. And if I wanted to change that durability, I'm a lazy person, so I've made a bunch of interesting windows. So if I hit the edit button here, I'm going to go ahead and get the durability editor, and I'm going to say this dagger, I'm going to make it a pretty cool one. It's going to have 150 durability, and you'll see on the tooltips everything changes. Okay, and this is going to be let's go ahead and give it a name, and it's going to be a sweet dagger. Yeah, we'll set the name on that, and you'll see it's reflective on the item as itself there, right? Okay, and then we could change the weight, or we could, do whatever we want here. So we're just going to go down the list here. We'll leave the weight alone. The attack bonus is that little percentage you get by the 12 attack there. And let's just go ahead and give it a 35% bonus. So I'm going to hit edit, and you'll see I have a scroll down window that moves between 1 and 100. And generally, it's never really higher than that through normal crafting, right? So you can set this limit later on. But yeah, let's just go ahead and find 35 here. And I'm going to select it. And it tells me that it's adjusted. I look at the item. You can see that the 35% is there. It's also reflective in the tooltip here. And for the colors, it gets a little complicated, but not too complicated. So I made color pair tables that have both the hue and color. And let's say we wanted to give this a different color. So when I hit edit, I have the color editor here. And I just have the general materials for wood, cloth, leather, and what those colors are. So for fun, let's go ahead and make this dagger have the ash color. And you'll see that it takes on the ash color. It doesn't matter, it doesn't make it ash, but, And now we got our sweet ash-looking dagger with the 35%. And it's like, well, what else can we do here? Well, we've got this add enchantments button. So if we click this, it'll bring up the enchantment editor, and this pulls up all the essences you have in your category. I'm still working on a few fixes and issues, like this Echo Ruin here, to just get a name for it. And then I got to alphabetize this list, but I'll do that in a later update. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pick something people are used to. Let's say like a shiny trinket. And I'm going to set the value to like 15. And shiny trinket, right? And it's like, well, what does the shiny trinket do, right? And if we look on it, it says chance to block, spell block. Okay. So if I wanted to, I could just directly edit this shiny trinket by hitting this edit button here. And I can go ahead and change it to 25 if I wanted to right here and hit set. And you'll see that that's reflective in the tooltips and in the UI. Now, let's say I'm done with this weapon. I'm just going to go ahead for fun, add a few more random properties for this thing here. Let's go ahead and do Rune of Health, and let's do 35 there. All right, so now that we have a new sweet dagger, right, and it's got all kinds of stuff, and we're happy with this. Maybe we even played with it to see if we like how it works. And now that we're done, the only thing left to do is click this convert to clipped XML file. And what this does is I can just simply click this, and it tells me data clipped, Control V to paste. So now if we come right here to our Sublime, I'm going to, what do we call this again? Oh, Sweet Dagger, right? So here in my Malevolent Gamings, in my templates, okay, I'm going to create a new file there, and I'm going to hit Control S to save. I'm going to call this a Sweet Dagger.xml. Make sure the XML is important. That's the file format. And then you save your empty file. And then simply Control V to paste. And as you can see, everything that we put in there, it wrote the file for us, right? So if I just hit File, Save All, come back into game, and then I'm going to go ahead and reload templates. All right, and then we're going to create Sweet. Hopefully that'll bring up our Sweet Dagger. Let me delete the one that we just made, and let's see. What do we got? We have our Sweet Dagger now, and now it's a permanent part of the game, and you didn't have to write one lick of code. So this is how the equipment editor works. It works for both shields, armor, daggers, or weapons and things like that, staves, wands. Now to get in like jewelry, I'm gonna rewrite the jewelry system because I don't like the one that they have. So, anyways, this is about the equipment editor. This is congratulations. Now you can make as many items as possible, and you don't have to worry about messing up or typos or things like that that can get into the way of the flow of development. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.